Alright, what's going on, guys? It's your boy Altan. I'm back with another Blue Lock video. I just finished, well, I didn't just finish, but I recorded the previous one because I was like 2-3 days late. I remember I told you guys a couple of days ago, so it's been about like a day or two, so not really a couple of days ago. If you guys are new, leave a like. I'll try to leave this intro a little bit shorter, and hopefully with this video there is no mistakes. I've been running into some issues in terms of recording the videos these past couple of days. Or not these past couple of days, but these past couple of months. But hopefully this video will be a lot more, it'll be better than the last one. I always try to make my videos as entertaining as possible. Sometimes I go above and beyond, and you guys notice that. I obviously do too. I get really passionate when I read, so sometimes I'll like accidentally voice act, you know, like I get really locked whenever I'm like reading manga. It isn't really specifically just Blue Lock. If you guys have been part of the channel for a while, the last one did really well too, so I appreciate you guys genuinely. And without further ado, join my members, post notifications, turn it on. Some of you guys may have noticed that yesterday I pushed the premiere back. I pushed it back because I was actually at the gym and I wanted to at least make it home. But I was cooking and I saw that my premiere was like 9 minutes in, and I was like, oh shoot, I forgot. Like I just forgot about it, so that's why I pushed it back. There'll be times sometimes where I'll push it back or I'll push it forward, it depends. But a lot of the times I always try to premiere my videos around like 5 p.m. EST, so Eastern Standard Time, where I'm at. So if not, then again 6 p.m. Sometimes we'll do late premieres and I'll do like 7 or 8. You know, it depends, but I always try to aim around then rather than like early. 1 to 2 p.m. isn't really early, but I always try to aim around that time frame anyways. Ah, man. NEL, the Neo Egoist League, the Arc-Nel, I believe. Bastard, Kunigami, Kaiser, all these new characters. I'm excited. I'm really excited for what this arc has to offer, and I feel like in my last video I provided a good amount of discussion with you guys, and I really wanted to put it more on the discussion side because in my U20 video, I didn't really speak that much. You know, the discussion at the end was pretty long, but I didn't really speak too much because I wanted the movie to play out, you know, as it did. So maybe in this one we'll balance it out too. I'll see you guys. You guys already know. I'm gonna see you guys in some arc, the Neo Egoist League.
世界一になるため欧州5大リーグからチームを選ぶ。このままじゃ今までの俺と同じだ。人生変えに来てんだよ。世界一になりに来てんだよ。ネオエゴイストリーグ開幕。FC バルチャ、マンシャインシティ、ユーバ、パリ �XJ、バスタードミュンヘン。俺はストライカーだ。嫌だ。俺は俺のゴールで勝ちたい。君らエゴイスト、𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸
So to begin the training days, in order to overthrow Kaiser, you have to pile up effort. Chapter 158, Every Moment. There are 10 days left before the first match. Every day we've completed Noel Noah's assigned training, and as if the ranking got updated, I would look forward to it and dread it all at once. I'm fighting in order to get into the top 11. My rankings got a bit higher, but unless I get into the top 11, I won't get to play in matches, and I need to attain higher numbers with training and devour all that I can. From Bastard MUCHEN's Germany's strongest team so that I can win against Kaiser. So in the end, Kunigami hasn't said anything to anyone. Nope. I'm curious as to how the wild card was though. His physical abilities all gotten way better, right? Shot S, offensive S, speed A, total score A. Wanna see? Kunigami Ryusuke's data. Yeah, thanks Corona. No problem. They made it so that way you could check the data of all the players. Being able to see the evaluation in Blue Lock so thoroughly is another way of self-analysis. My score. Total score B? My kinetic vision and direct play score highly, but my power and passing abilities are not very impressive. To begin with, I didn't count on my physical abilities to get this far. Seeing this turned into these numbers didn't surprise me much. Then what do I do in order to increase my ranking? I mean, that's something I've always felt about 𝐸𝐸𝐸 personally throughout the series, is that his physical abilities weren't anything impressive. I feel like as a normal, standard athlete always is, in a way, that's sort of the vibes that I always got from 𝐸𝐸𝐸 from chapter 1 all the way up until now. Like past the first selection, past the second, past the third, you know, into U20. I've always sort of got that feeling from 𝐸𝐸𝐸 that he was sort of average, at least physical ability wise. It was just his, excuse me, his ability to like assess the field, being able to see the perfect openings within the field. Again, seeing that weakness, he kind of he kind of reminds me of, I think his name is Karasu. Yeah, I believe so. But the Crow guy, his ability to pinpoint weaknesses and defenses, that's sort of like what Isagi can do, but like in a way where it's like symbolic for the puzzle pieces, right? So I feel like that's something Isagi always had more an advantage of. I mean, I'm looking at it right now. I won't float my screen around for this part. Actually, no, you know what? I will. For speed, B, offensive B, even pass is C, dribble is C, but his offense is A and his shoot is B. So I'm curious as to like how that overall score, the average is B. So I wonder if he's gonna be able to increase that, right? Isagi, where are you going? I'm going to see the master. Excuse me, Noah. What is it? What do I need to do to increase my ranking? Are you dissatisfied with your training? No, but I want to win against Kaiser. I see, Isagi Yoichi. What is your weapon? Direct shots. And what is necessary for you to use that weapon? It's to get past my opponents and be unmarked while near the goal. And what is the play necessary to do that? To have a wide field of view, and to have the stamina and focus to keep searching for a hole in the opponent's defense during the 90 minutes of a match. And to do that, what abilities are necessary? Well, are you unable to verbalize your own ideal self? No, I can. What I need right now is a variety of plays, and to have a base physical ability in order to have any type of opponent. Well then, assuming that you can get all of that, could you beat me? I don't know, but I have to. Review your entire way of thinking. Your own values already failed you just now. You cannot not know something about your own plans. Visualize an ideal situation that you can explain and verbalize it completely. Not knowing means there is wishful thinking in your thought process, which is merely noise, and that lack of logic can destroy any plan. I do not choose people like that to be regulars. What is it that I lack right now? I just said that you need to review your way of thinking. Isagi Yoichi, what is the first thing you do in the morning? Is your first action. Something that brings you closer to being the best in the world. In every moment, second, minute, and day of yours. Really do anything for you to become closer to becoming the best. This is Noah Noel's philosophy. Blue Lock is a place to create the best in the world, is it not? Bring me an ideal that can win against me. So big. 10 days later. Master MUCHEN's formation. In the end, no one got in after 10 days of training, except for Kunigami. Thanks to all Noah's words, I have a new sense of values. Even this time spent on the bench can't be put to waste. And now for the other team, FC BARCHA. May your starting members come in. New BARCHA debuts. BARCHA's a starting member? Here's a newborn, Oyato. Yo. And Oyeta too? Crap, those two are amazing. They won against every regulars in these 10 days? Shit, Bachida, it may just be you on the stage now, but I'll definitely get there myself. Neo Egos League's first match kickoff. An explosion of fighting spirits from seeing his rival's pride. In order to evolve to become the best, expand your senses, even from the bench. To be continued next chapter, domination. I've told you guys this since the very beginning. This has always been a philosophical and ideological sort of battle, psychological type of warfare, psychological, philosophical, and what's it called? The other word that I said. I feel like Noah's words definitely is going to play a role into Isagi's growth, obviously, but it's the way that he said those words. Everything that you do from the moment that you wake up, from the moment that you go to sleep, do you not, I'm not going to say fantasize, but do you not plan on how to be the best? Everything that you do in your life, you have to apply that to the sport. Even when you sit down, even when you're on the bench, just like how he is now, we got to see Bachida again. And even Bachida was like, what you doing, Isagi? You should be starting. What you doing? You know what I'm saying? It's like when that friend gets ahead of you and then you gotta lock in. You know what I'm saying? So I like that. Even though Isagi didn't really get the starting play, he got to, you know, he's still in there, you know? That's what I kind of like. Oyata, he's like, yo, guys, I'm starting. And even Bachida's like, he's going up against Kaiser, though? Next chapter's going to go crazy, guys. I think for this one, we might do, I don't know. We'll see. But that was definitely a really good first chapter. And we got introduced to the Bachida team. The BARCHA team. I keep saying Bachida team. The BARCHA team. Hopefully I'm saying that right. But they look kind of crazy. We got Oyata, the ninja, and we have Bachida. So we'll see with this next chapter. Here we go. So Isagi's benched, huh? The match against Spain with BARCHA begins, with 𝐞𝐚 and 𝐞𝐳 both present on the pitch. Draw the vision that shows off your talent. Chapter 159, Way of Dominance. I'm going ahead. Hisagi Yoichi. After 10 days of training, my numbers aren't enough to be selected as one of the top 11 regulars. I wasn't able to beat 𝐞𝐳, and out of everyone in Blue Lock, the only one who was selected was the one who clawed his ways out of the wild card, 𝐶unugami. Shit, I want to stand on the pitch and fight alongside them. Every minute and every second, as frustrating as it is on the bench, I won't let any of this time go to waste. Friend or foe, I need to burn all of their plays into my mind and search out every opening and weakness that I can find. The rules of the first are to 3 goals. Infinite substitutions, where you can sub in anyone and out indefinitely. In the star chain system, in which the master striker is allowed to play just for 3 minutes. In addition, the masters also serve them as the team coach. So now we're going to see the rules being applied, first match, but also 𝐶unugami and 𝐞𝐳 and all of them, like in BARCHA. You guys ready? BARCHA. Let's go. And let's get started. Neo Eagles League first match, Germany versus Spain. Kickoff. A sudden super clean vertical pass with a backspin, passing between the defenders while heading left. It's a pinpoint pass that doesn't kill the target's speed. As the leader of the charge, my role is one destined for death, but that too is amusing in its own way. While hugging the sidelines, he uses his brute power and physicality to force open the shortest distance possible. 𝐡𝐲𝐼 is a tank-type dribbler. I am just the first stage of a rocket, burning to completion and falling off at launch. But that too is life, a super force cross. But since they're outnumbered, in front of the goalpost, he passed over the crowd towards the far side of the field. What a messy pass. I'm the only one who could have reached it in time, you octopus. So good he trapped it perfectly. Contrary to his appearance, he's a delicate ball controller. From there, he cuts in his way into the crowd, and with a series of fine touches, he threads the needle with his delicate dribbling. Let's see what you've got. Wow. Even with the defender surrounding him, he delivered a perfectly timed love pass. And then there's 𝐶unugami, huh? Even though 𝐞𝐳 was open, instead of passing, he trapped with his chest and forcibly kept the ball. Up until now, the super egotistical play would have been unthinkable for 𝐶unugami. What's more, instead of using his trademark left leg, it's a mid-range power shot with his right leg. So close, as expected from a world-class goalkeeper, but he's evolving. He drastically boosted all of his physical abilities, and can now score a goal from anywhere on the pitch by himself. A perfect striker without any weaknesses. This is the survivor of the wild card, a new 𝐶unugami Rinsuke. First off, the panel. Oh my gosh, you see the aura coming off of his back? I think there was a point where, before all of this, aside from like 𝐶unugami passing sometimes, I remember him way back in the first selection when all he would do is kick it from a certain point, very similar to like Baru. What was his range, like 27 meters, 28 meters? That kind of reminded me of Baru a bit. That's kind of like how he used to be, like a very far power shot. But now he doesn't use his left leg, he uses his right, and he did it from a farther distance, or I think from a more intricate like type of style distance. And instead of passing, which he probably would have done his old self, he decided to trap it and then just 𝐶unugami Ichigo! My boy, I like this. The ball's still in play. Yeah, let's counter. That play just now, what were you trying to do? If you'd passed it to 𝐞𝐳 in front of the goal, he would have scored. You definitely saw him, right? Your irrational showboat plays with a little hope of scoring. You have no place on our team. Do I look like I give a shit, you bootlicker? I will follow my own dominance. Go bark up another tree, you parasite. My, I can't have that. 𝐶unugami-san, a violation of loyalty to 𝐞𝐳. That's your first yellow card. It's BARCHA's showtime. 𝐶unugami's improvements surprise Isagi. This time is now ripe to unleash the evolved BARCHA's true strength. Now BARCHA, it's your turn to show me your evolution. I don't got too much to say right now. It's sort of like a little bit of a tease to 𝐶unugami's evolution, but what you want, Ness? Ness over here, I kind of knew what type of character he was from the moment he was introduced. Sort of a lackey to 𝐞𝐳, so kind of reminds me of Nagi and Ryo, a little bit. Right, a little bit, but it's a lot more loyalty based. It's a lot more like king and servant type of based. I'll see you guys in the next chapter. We're about to see BARCHA. Let's go. What did he gain under a master's difference from Isagi's? It's time to show the path of awakened new BARCHA. Chapter 160, Ginga X Monster. Show me BARCHA. What did you get chosen as a Spain's regular in just 10 days? The power of your evolution. Time to raise the BPM. Now, what kind of football shall I dance? 10 days earlier. Wow. That's the actual BARCHA U20 members? But I ain't gonna teach football to anyone. This is a place to create the best striker in the world, but I'm the best. I'm not gonna give out any hints. Is he joking? I don't get him. Isn't the current best striker Noel Noah? What? You're picking a fight with me, Blondie? That's what I heard on TV. Listen here. I don't care what anyone says. The best is me. I have the best right here inside of me. It's not something anyone else can see. That image exists within me alone. Very similar to Bachida's monster. So okay. Oh, he said, man, I don't care what anybody says, it's me. What you talking about? But yeah, very similar to Bachida's monster. I'm starting to kind of see the parallels now. And if you want to be the best, you can't just do as you're told. Back in my Brazil, we have a word called ginga. Ginga? The meaning would be close to shaky or swaying, something like that. It comes from capoeira, which is a mix between dancing and martial arts. The Brazilian stars I liked had their roots in this kind of rhythm. Well, you can start by copying strong dudes. Now that's what I did. And then mixing it up. You can create your own image of the best in the world. Your own original style starts there. I use the image of a butterfly. That field is my stage. All I do is dance as the best in the world there. The audience gets frenzied while watching, and money starts flowing in. And all I did was to become a star, easy as that. Football is all about improvising the moment. It's about stealing the rhythm to one that pleases you. Whoa, Bachida-kun. You get it, Blondie. I can't tell you how you'll become the world's best. The only one who can express your own image in this world is you and no one else. The privilege is given to you by your own originality. And all of this newfangled training here is to support that. That's what my movements look like. Supportingly, not quite as what I thought. I should try copying 𝐴𝐵𝐵𝐼𝐿ovino's movements and then mix it up with my image of the world's best. I want the body and the imagination for that. Hey 𝐴𝐵𝐵𝐼𝐿ovino, I also have this thing I see. I call it the monster. New roots got you there. So that's your original brand. But I got stronger by overcoming that monster. In order to get even better, what kind of image should I come up with? What? So that monster, did it vanish? No, and if I want to, I can bring it up again. Then it's easy enough, Blondie. Evolve that monster to the next level. That thing is the guide to your originality, to lead you to reach that spot of the world's best. His dribbling posture changed. It feels like he's spending less energy. No, his center of gravity is more stable than before. He's moving the ball around with his foot practically glued to it, but his ball touch does every little movement to his actual center of gravity. His upper body doesn't move forward, but his feet don't let go of the ball. It makes the next movement extremely difficult to predict. What the hell is his dribbling? Even though he seems to have infinite options, he's not moving forward at all. But it's not like he's doing it on purpose, it's just because he's sort of, instead of trying to get rid of the monster or suppress it because he thought it was bad, he's allying with it or sort of evolving it. Evolving his own sort of like image within his head, right? If using 𝐴𝐵𝐵𝐼𝐿ovino's ginga with my monster tricks, I can draw the opponent in my image field. He's still not coming? Still not, really? Then I have to force him to make the first move. Fucking whatever, I'll just go myself. And after I get to read them, trick break. Bachida Megadu's new dribble style, Ginga X Monster. Dance, Blondie. Holy crap, Bachida, you just keep going past my expectations. A new original style born from absorbing another. In front of the old ally, Bachida's dance accelerates even more. To be continued in the next chapter, B-Shot versus Let's Go Wild Hero. We got Kunigami versus Bachida. And it's like, aside from how I've always seen Rin to be the secondary main character, I've always seen Bachida to be the side, sort of, I'm not gonna say Durotagonist, I believe is the right term, but he's sort of like that character that always stuck with Isagi. Sort of like that character who not just assisted him, but it's very similar to like how Itoshi Sai supported, Cheeto, yeah, I remember, like the midfielder to striker. And I feel like with Bachida, it was always like that. And again, with the very overcomplicated way that Blue Lock explains it, he essentially is keeping his central gravity, but also shifting it. Well, he's like shifting it, but in a way where he's using, I don't know, he's staying glued to the ball too, right? It's the way that they described it. And I feel like with Kunigami, like, I don't know, can Bachida get past him? I'm not gonna say he's like an iron wall, but it's like, can he get past him though? I don't really know. He might whip out his Bankai, guys, I'm not sure. We might even get a little bit of a backstory for Kunigami here, but I kind of like that little talk with Bachida and 𝐴𝐵𝐵𝐼𝐿ovino. Hopefully I'm saying his name right. Or 𝐴𝐵𝐵𝐵𝐼𝐿ovino, or however you pronounce his name. So, I like it though. It's not a matter of, they say Noah's the best, I think I'm the best, so I am, right? It's like that type of stuff. See you guys in the next chapter. You guys already know. With the fusion of Ginga and his monster, BARCHA has evolved even further. The Blue Lock's returning warrior will begin his attack, and a head-on fight begins. I don't know what comeback match you've won, but it's good seeing you again, Kunigami. Chapter 161, B-Shot, BARCHA. If you are looking for a dance partner, then I'll take the lead. Last out, Trick. Oh, he followed that. He's got great torso reflexes, wide area double touch. Well then. Next, give him a bait and then increase the tempo again to leave him behind. Double gear dribble touch. Shh, muscles alone aren't enough to be my dance partner. How about this? I'll crush you, 𝐚𝐽𝐽. Whoa, what a well done cover. A double press with Kunigami as the decoy. Surprise, surprise. From there, a mocking heel left pass. Attaboy dancing B, Nimpo off the ball, tiki-taka no jutsu. Oh yeah, they're linked to BARCHA's rhythm, which was supposed to be unreadable. Nice session.
Out of my sight for your position's tragic. Day and night, searching all around.
A freestyle chemical reaction. B-Shot. What a free and interesting football. So this is Spain. I'm not gonna get loud. Okay, but wait. Hey guys, we were talking about Spain like they were bad. No, but wait. They're scary because I need you. Okay, they're like scary in one way, and I want to explain this really quickly. I won't turn my camera around. Their team does center around BARCHA, yes, but even like with Kunigami's like sort of muscles, he still couldn't really keep up. He has nice reflexes. Like Kunigami's reflexes were able to match him, but actually no, it's the reverse. His sort of No, I got it right the first time. His sort of reflexes were able to match, but due to his stature, he wasn't able to keep up, if that makes any sense. So even though he got stronger, it still wasn't enough. And a lot of this team is very touch heavy. You guys understand what I'm saying? A lot of the passes are dynamic passes, short range passes, and long range passes. So I can only imagine, guys, if Nagi was on this team, because you know how he's got those stops. If Nagi was on this team, guys, ooh, I don't know. Like, this team would have been even more crazier. But it is centered on BARCHA, I'll say that for sure. But the way that BARCHA was able to get really close to the guy who, the two bastards, you know, the people who kept saying 𝐚𝐽𝐽, and then the guy who always talks about overcoming sadness. He passed it with his back foot over there, and then he caught it, and then he passed it back to him, and then Oyata caught it, but then hit it back to him, and then he said, I like this reaction, and then kicked it straight in. FC BARCHA's team style. Vamos. Golazo, BARCHA. Seriously? BARCHA is the heart of their team. BARCHA's dribbling is clearly different from before. To simply put it, he's just doing whatever he wants, and keeps attacking like a child. Waiting for his opponent, he learned to make a more adult-like choice in a way. Also, his dribbling range has tremendously increased. FC BARCHA's carefree environment allows BARCHA's Megaru's originality to bloom. We're not done yet. Now that I've learned Ginga, I can still get stronger. I see, this is what Ego was talking about. This might be what he meant by environment. If that's the case, what am I supposed to learn? In my chosen environment, Bastard MUCHEN? This team style is rationality. Judging from the series of plays earlier, they basically cut off every unnecessary movement to get in front of the goal by using the shortest possible distance, and the rule to let the finisher 𝐶𝐳 score all the goals. Now if I was playing in this match, what would be the right move? Should I trick the role of connecting by 𝐶𝐳 according to that rule? No, but I don't have any individual skills unlike those guys. But if I ignore the rule and play for the sake of my own goal, I might end up getting ignored like Kunigami. Shit, what should I do? Kunigami at this rate, isn't he going to be substituted? It's completely a one-man egocentric play. You're right, it's making a noise on this team's rationality. The master has the same authority as a coach, right? It'd be better to get ready out there at any time. No, I still don't have a clear image of what I can do yet. Even if they'll pull me in now, I can't do anything. Shit, to be honest, I didn't expect this to work like this. Up until now, I've only been able to fight this far because of Blue Lock's so-called ego exposing individual x individual. But this time, it's not just 𝐶𝐳. They're making me throw up. Die, lazy trash. They got us. I need to prove that I exist in this bastard MUCHEN system. It's already hard to get in with just your numbers, but proving your existence is incomparably more difficult. And now doing it all alone, how can I change my own style? Moreover, as a striker, Kunigami's existence for sure is a hint for me to get a spot into the regulars. I will keep observing carefully. I will find the pieces to beat 𝐶𝐳. Well, think fast and show your worth in 𝐶𝐳's system. And finally, the reason why 𝐶𝐳 is considered world class. What are you gonna do now, 𝐻𝐳? Next chapter, 𝐻𝐳 Impact. Execution. No, you saw his face. No, 𝐻𝐳! What you talking about? He said execution! The next one's called 𝐻𝐳 Impact. What? Guys, no! I'm gonna scream! Vegeta's goal was clean though. Like, even though I didn't scream, it was still a good goal. Like, that was... But like, God, ooh, that whole chapter was like, it was 𝐸sagi's narration. I like how smart he is. It's that simple. I like 𝐸sagi's character in terms of being able to analyze and acknowledge that even if I use my individual egotistical style that I've learned up until this point, it doesn't work. I'll just end up getting ignored. Or even if I try to outshine 𝐻𝐳, it won't happen because no one will listen to me. Hence, I'll keep getting ignored. Or my plays will fall apart because Kunigami is going to be like egotistical too. So he has to prove his worth within the team. Within the logical type of playstyle, he'll just be subbed out, you know, just because of Noah's philosophy. So I don't, like, even in this moment, I can't really imagine what could 𝐸sagi do. Even if he gets subbed out now, what could he do? Like, I don't know, right? I'll see you guys in the next chapter. Let's go. Get your snacks, y'all got your snacks, man. Y'all got your drinks. You know what I'm saying? Man, y'all like the video so far? You guys went crazy in my last one. I wonder how far we can make it within the manga. Let's go. Chapter 162, 𝐻𝐳 Impact. BARCHA makes BARCHA take the lead with a new style fuse with Ginga. 𝐻𝐳 finally shows his fangs to counterattack. Okay, 𝐻𝐳. Public execution it is. Go Ness. Wow, he's good. His ankles are so flexible. 𝐻𝐳 moves up to the perfect position to create a pass course, and Ness stays at the perfect distance to pass at any time. With his ankle technique, he can easily switch direction past an opponent. He can cast a spell on the field with his flexible ankles. This is the bastard Muchen's beating hard, Ness the magician. I also have an impressive midfielder behind me. I'd score 1,000,000 goals too. Rachi. This 𝐻𝐳 bastard is just blessed by the system. The whole team is just a farce. Yeah, sure, this whole team moves on rational plays, and perhaps the one player they're most centered just so happens to be 𝐻𝐳. But ever since the match started, 𝐻𝐳's movements haven't had a single wasted second. Moving as bait, positioning to receive the ball, breaking out from a shooting course, his distance to teammates. It's probably because I also have a play style aiming for efficiency like that I am able to tell things like this. But the way he moves, it's almost like he's embodying exactly my ideal movements. Here they come. Block out Ness's course. The other two from the front lines went down inside just now. Amazing. I've noticed that. Oh my, I didn't say anything, guys. I swear. I didn't say nothing. But Pete, every single time he moved, it was always like 𝐸sagi though. Is that just me? No. What am I getting into? What are we getting into? Guys, every single time he moves, even the way he runs, it looks just like him. It literally looks just like my boy here. You know what I'm saying? Nah, guys. What is this? No. So, is this gonna be like the secret to 𝐸sagi's, like, I don't know. But it's every single time he moves, he just reminds me of 𝐸sagi, bro. That's crazy. That unfield cross run exponentially increases Ness's options. The defense can't even imagine what could possibly come next. Illusion cross. Huh? Hiding stealthily in an infinite of options within the most efficient spot. That's exactly like 𝐸sagi though! That's exactly like him! I even saw like Ness's aura earlier. That's just like him, and then he appears! Man, that's rad. Both the gold hair and the blue rose tattoo makes me want to break ya. Shoo, you fly. No hesitation? What a quick judgment. He's keeping a good position to receive the ball with handling and a fake out. He avoided a direct shot to get rid of the last defender. Perfect. And after trapping the ball, and as soon as it lands, he'll... No way, no! So fast. When did he shoot? I didn't even see him swing. That shot surpassed even my ideal form.
I got Tootsie on the way, then get dizzy. Bitch more white inside the nose, then get dizzy.
executed. That's wild. That monster. So that's Kaiser. 𝐸𝐸𝐞? He is a genius. Unlike BARCHA or Nagi, or even Rin, on my field, he's a genius of extended plays. He's embodied my ideal form. Well done. No, he already surpassed it. Kaiser impact. That right foot kick of his that uses all of his body at once to execute. This is the extreme of Kaiser, that genius that 𝐸𝐸𝐞 couldn't help but to be impressed by that talent. He's the fastest in the world when it comes to that swing. That is the one thing in which he has me beat. He just copied 𝐸𝐸𝐞, but like not really. Let me show y'all the kick. He went. Jeez, oh my god! You see the pose he did? He said, "Executed." No, that was hard. Oh my god! Wait, no, I gotta go back. Yo, he literally. Hold on, the screen's gonna be cut off. Look at this. Execute. No, that was hard though. He said, nah. He said, even Noah said like he's faster than him. What? Noah said he's faster than him when it comes to like the direct shot that he did, because that's what 𝐸𝐸𝐞 did. Like it shows the clone behind Kaiser when he did the direct shot. He did it faster than 𝐸𝐸𝐞. Like 𝐸𝐸𝐞 has to set up. It even shows like the silhouette behind him, except the silhouette's being covered by him, right? Like look, guys, I'm gonna flip it back around. Look right here, right? You see 𝐸𝐸𝐞's silhouette, and then you see Kaiser just do the Kaiser impact here. And even before that, he tips the ball, tips it back down, it's right in front of him, and then boom, in midair, just a little like tap. But look how powerful that is. He didn't even get he didn't even get like a crazy wind up like how 𝐸𝐸𝐞 always does. He shot that straight, like, while being surrounded by people. That's so crazy! And then he did 𝐸𝐸𝐞, but better. That's why I'm, like, so... All of what he did, found the opening, runs like him, was able to dribble... He's literally a better 𝐸𝐸𝐞, though. That's the thing that, like, baffles my mind. Out of everybody that 𝐸𝐸𝐞 had to fight, this is him, but better. This is why I'm hype! Wait! You guys have to think about this, at least, like, fundamentally. The first real person 𝐸𝐸𝐞 had to, like, overcome, we're gonna keep reading, was technically Rin. Technically? Never really beat him, even towards, like, the, going into, like, the third selection, he lost still, but Rin was like, you know, I acknowledge you, and then that's how we get into the third, going into U20. U20? Oliver! Did 𝐸𝐸𝐞 surpass Oliver? I would say, if you want to be technical about it, maybe. I would say maybe. I would say possibly. Like, yeah, he did. He did at the very end when he scored the game-winning goal. Kaiser, this is a different person. Oh no, this is him but better. Like, he has the puzzles too or something. I don't know, but he has someone to help set him up though. 𝐸𝐸𝐞, like, oh my god, guys, what? No, this is so bad. That was clean. That was so clean. Even like 𝐸𝐸𝐞's saying, hold on. 𝐸𝐸𝐞's basically saying, like, he's saying, like, damn, even like Noah acknowledges it. That's faster. I'm not saying speed wise, but shot wise, it's faster than Noah's. That was the coolest goal I think I've seen. That celebration was on par with Baro. You know, Baro, I think 𝐸𝐸𝐞's U20, Baro, and then Kai's. I put Baro. I don't know. What do y'all think? Who's your guys' favorite celebration so far with where we're at in the series? 𝐸𝐸𝐞 wants to overcome not someone with, you know, better physical abilities, Rin, better defense, 𝐸𝐸𝐞, but an overall better version of himself. Kaiser? That's insane. That is like, oh man. You author, I like what you did there. Let's go. Kaiser Impact, Chapter 163, Embodiment. 𝐸𝐸𝐞 admiring Kaiser's impact, realizing the true meaning of his weapon. His field of view has completely changed. Even Noah acknowledges it. A right foot shot with the world's fastest swing speed. Perhaps I've been wrong about everything. A foundation of Bastard MUCHEN's hyper-rationality are not the players around him. 𝐭𝐤𝐲's ability itself is the philosophy of the team. If all the goals are scored with 𝐭𝐤𝐲 impact, an absolute rationality without any insufficiency would be created in the team. A perfect, unparalleled method by turning 0 into 1. Thanks to the lone heroes, soccer's evolution is limitless. 𝐸𝐞 mentioned before that an original striker with an overwhelming 0 to 1 is here. Is 𝐭𝐤𝐲 the embodiment of Blue Lock's ideals? Of having the world's best qualities? And as expected, the world is full of nasty egos. You are the best, 𝐭𝐤𝐲. I'll crush you. Hey, wait a bit, Blondie. My blood's boiling. That's some pretty great entertainment being made here. I wasn't planning on coming out, but let me use my 3 minutes. Star change system, I'll join the battle. Whoa, seriously? It's happening. They're throwing in 𝐷𝐤𝐝. It's time for me to take the spotlight. Wait! They saw 𝐭𝐤𝐲's goal and they were like, hey, I'm stepping in. You know, that's crazy. Noel, we need you. Hey guys, I've made so many jokes on my channel about Jujutsu Kaisen. We gotta summon Noel. What you talking about? No. Oh my god! Oh, he's being summoned! Oh! Wait! I was joking. Your immaturity hasn't changed a bit, Lavi. If the balance collapses, what is there to teach you, idiot? Why do you have to be such a pain? Noel Noah's gonna participate too? Suddenly, we're about to witness the best fight in the world. Since the Champions League's finals, right? It was the semi-finals, idiot. Amazing and unexpected development in the Neo-Egoist League. You lost to me last year. Tampering the failures of the past is what small fries do, Lavi. Yeah, right, cyborg data guy. With you, you're boring rational football. My heart goes out to all the boys under your guidance. Your team's a bunch of children without a proper adult. Baby's gonna kill ya. Do these two not like each other? I'm getting fired up. Kunigami Rensuke, I'd like to hear your theory. I'm sure you understand, but to fight on this team, one must be a new option in the attack centralized with 𝐭𝐤𝐲. 2. Show that your abilities surpass 𝐭𝐤𝐲. There are only 2 options, and you both failed at both of them. Can you refute that? No, I fucking can't. A calm and nice response. Listen, you guys. The opposite of chance is a pinch. If you miss the chance that's in front of you, you will fall into a pinch. Equal to that missed opportunity, the risk and return is equal. Understand that the principle of this unwavering world, you have failed to grab it, Kunigami Rensuke. Now you have to pay the price. We're changing players. Get ready, Isaki Yoichi. Me? Wait a moment, Master. Give me a convincing explanation. When it comes to training numbers, aren't I better than him? Yeah, I know. And why? It's fan service. The world wants Isaki Yoichi. What do you mean? That's the contract. Get in here quickly, Blue Lock Hero. What the hell? Just because he got the spotlight in the U20 match? My chance came. Incredibly fast. I get to play with Noel Noah. Any objections, Isaki Yoichi? I'll dive in. The battlefield of the superstars. None. I'm coming. My Neo-Egoist League debut match. No way! My boy Isagi's going in! Isagi! Show him what you... Hey! Isagi, look! I don't know what you can do! But you gotta... come, I'm about to... Bro, guys. My boy! Okay, wait. But... Fumi, right? I call him Fumi. Fumi isn't really wrong, though. He overall has better, here, yeah, sorry, my screen. Here, I'm gonna turn out my camera real quick. But he overall has better stats than Isagi, like he did. I think he did. But Noel just said because of fan service, though? Any objections? He said, nah, I'm coming in, hey! He gets to play with Noah and 𝐭𝐤𝐲. Oh my gosh. Even BARCHA like, welcome, my boy. We got the superstars, Isagi and 𝐭𝐤𝐲? Nah. This might be a guys. This might be a special. Alright, let me stop being stupid. Y'all ready? Lock in! Lock in! Now both teams are making substitutions. For Master MUCHEN, Noel Noah and Isagi Yoichi are in. Kunigami Rensuke and Genser are benched. For FC BARCHA, Lara has been replaced by 𝐷𝐤𝐝. Welcome, Isagi. Here you are, Yoichi. I won't miss this chance. It's time to prove my existence. His big chance has finally arrived on the field where the strongest gather. Unleash your ego, 𝐡𝐨𝐲𝐞. You guys do not understand like how hyped I am for my boy. I don't know how well he's gonna do, but this is his chance. Again, since with him catching a since with 𝐡𝐨𝐲𝐞 catching a huge W, you know, being the star in U20, even though in U20 he played a good supporting role and was able to like analyze the players and find that sort of opening. So if he can do that again, but the problem is that this team isn't really like that. They're foreign players that 𝐡𝐨𝐲's never played with, and on top of that, the team is centralized around 𝐭𝐚𝐤𝐿. So if 𝐡𝐨𝐲 can manipulate the field to a point where it's centralized around him, but I don't know though. Like that's the thing that like I'm sort of like very skeptical about. Y'all know what I'm saying? In this video, 𝐡𝐨𝐲 gets to play with Noah, 𝐭𝐚𝐤𝐿, and he got the bastard uniform on. Oh, I always used to see that panel, him like standing with the uniform. Prove yourself! Oh, I'm about to get hyped. Lock in, let's go. And here comes Noah. What a fantastic goal. Chapter 164, Butterfly. Being able to play soccer side by side. It's finally time for his Neo Egoist League debut. Fighting alongside Noelle in the best environment, make your name known, 𝐡𝐨𝐲𝐞. With the one I admired ever since I was a child. During the dream, like 3 minutes, I have to prove the worth of 𝐡𝐨𝐲𝐞. Bring it on, Cyborg. You can never take away my freedom. Freedom? Surely you mean waste. Shit, I can't catch up to them. Levinho's doing a series of unpredictable moves, and right behind him is Noah. Mechanically keeps up with him. What the hell is this? It's a one-on-one of gods from different worlds. Whoa, Levinho, go. Stop him, Noah, kill him. Into that space. How am I supposed to get in? I have to do something. I'll do it. I will. Create a 2-on-1 situation. Oh, weaklings are just noise. Oh, rainbow flick? He used me as a wall to get past Noah. Rising dance. You stupid, 𝐡𝐨𝐲𝐞, you're in the way. Shit, I'm gonna fall. I'm sorry. 𝐡𝐨𝐲𝐞. Do you know why Levinho is called the Dance Man? Huh? No. He's the best in the world at taking his opponents by surprise. However, those magnificent steps are not the origin of that name. Players who are led by his dribbles seem like they're dancing as they topple down. A dance of defeat, that's where their name comes from. Seriously? Go for the last one. It's a one-on-one. I'm the one who brings death. The free butterfly. Dance till you die, you cripples. What a god. He said that. Oh my god! Oh! Ah! My back! I hurt my butt. But guys, yo, he said, nah, that was clean! One of the gods had to score. He levitated. Did you guys see that? He flew for a bit. He flew, then landed so gracefully and went boop. Dance to your dad. I was like, oh, that's kind of hard though. What? Bro, yeah, that was kind of clean. Oh my god. Bobby, whoa. Bear witness to me. Butterfly step. A Golazo beating the Thunders. Shit, there was no room for me. Shit. In this battle of superstars. Hey, Yoichi, you screwed me up big time, clown boy. You're far from their level. To cut in between those two. 𝐭𝐚𝐤𝐿, shut up, stop that, as if you could get in yourself. It's not that I couldn't get in, I didn't get in. Me and Blondie were simply waiting for a chance where either one of them seemed off rhythm. Any other timing, we'd just be a nuisance, dragging the two of them down. How could you be so lowly as to not understand such a thing? It looks like you're just an overly subconscious clown, Yoichi. Shit, I can't just get into the game. I can't just give up and tell myself that there's a gap in ability between me and the masters. Such a way of thinking will lead to nothing. I made a mistake as soon as I entered the match. Just admiring them won't change anything. To leave my traces of my existence. Bastard MUCHEN puts victory above all else. You must be devoured in my image. Turning admiration into a goal. I can't simply be devoured. I will devour you, superstar. Fully realizing his difference from the world class, switching your thinking, devour Noel Noah, and put into the goal that shows yourself. Changing Noel from an idol to a target, to be devoured, find a way to score a goal to prove yourself while fighting for the spotlight on the field. Restart. Chapter 165, God Given. Within the Bastard MUCHEN team, the way to devour Noel and steal a goal would be to find a better position than him to be in and wait for a pass there. It's my only option. That acceleration, he reached top speed in an instant. The marks can't keep up. A high speed off the ball. Roger that, master. Wow, a trap from behind while keeping his opponent away, that technique. It's possible thanks to Noel Noah's absolute physical ability and skill. He moves forward efficiently with speed and power. A machine dribble. Shit. It takes everything for me to grasp his place, to read a step forward and find a better position than Noah. It's completely impossible for the current me. Yeah, I see. Of course I can't even dream of devouring him. The way this person plays embodies what I see as perfection. I'm unable to imagine a play better than what Noel Noah can do. Bitching, back down you all. Everybody hunker down close to the goal and block him off. No, that's not enough to stop Noel Noah. I know because I've idolized him for so long. I know more than anyone. Noah's greatest weapon. It's the fact that he doesn't lose power no matter which leg he uses, which makes it so that his shots can be all powerful. He's gonna make it on top of him? No way, he's not gonna do that. No!
I sat down, crust, turn my neck, shut him up. I sat down, crust, turn my neck, shut him up. I sat down, crust, turn my neck, shut him up. I sat down, crust, turn my neck, shut him up. I read, stay fast. I read, we pull up from five. I read, somebody died.
His God-given disposition of being ambidextrous.
I read, I pull up and drive. Then I push that with the seat. They like, man, you can get me. I use the right bench, then I got reach. This is a touch, can't be my beach.
Thanks to his legs, he can aim from a goal from any angle. This is the genius I've admired. The best striker in the world, Noel Noah. A person completely ambidextrous. It's said to be extremely rare, and it happens to less than 1% of humans. He can do anything with either leg. That can normally only be possible with the dominant one. That is Noel Noah's incomparable God-given blessing. 3 minutes have passed. Both teams have used up their star change system. Goddamn show off. Were you programmed that way, Cyborg? Well, did you show that freedom you were talking about, Butterfly? Only one goal left. He scored that from the most weirdest angle and then was just like, hey guys. And then he was just like, I'm like, what you, alright Noah, we knew you were like that. You don't gotta be like that. You know what I'm saying? And then he said, alright, did you show that freedom? Alright, Kunigami, you ready now? You gonna mess up or like? He has the perfect body, perfect stats, perfect build, perfect. He's like I've said this before, but it was more of like a personal idea or like a theory, but I feel like now kind of confirms it slightly, that I've always felt like Noel Noah is the complete opposite of what ego was, or ego is. And it's the same with 𝐡𝐨𝐲𝐞. Like both of their sort of, I don't know, like maybe I'm just rambling, but I think we'll talk about it towards the end of the video if I remember. That was insane. I didn't get as hype for Levinho, but it's just because it was so easy for him. Like that's crazy. Within their 3 minutes, they both scored 1 goal. Get up, Kunigami Rensuke. You're subbing in for me. Think you can trace my movements after seeing it live? Wild cards, copy man. Piss off. Copy man. I'm sure you're aware, Yoichi and Kunigami Rensuke. This 1 goal is the last chance you're both getting. You can be replaced at any time. If you want to survive, prove yourselves with numbers. Don't drag me down, Isagi. I'll be the one. Noel's soul shaking over worldly goal brings it to a tie. Being on the way of the same cuff as Kunigami, the only way to prove yourself is scoring the final goal. Who scores the last goal? Right back at you, shitty hero. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, Levinho quite literally, like a butterfly, right? Was just flying around all of them. You know what I'm saying? Flapping his wings, and then gets to the end, and then taps it. Noah just straight up he just analyzed the whole field, like looking back and forth. I was like, alright, bet. And then just kind of went in, and then just boom! Like even being stopped, yeah. He did that so fast, though. It's so crazy, too, guys, because Kunigami and 𝐡𝐨𝐲𝐞 were like this. They were like this, guys, in the first selection. So now it's like we're seeing them play with each other again, but it obviously ain't the same anymore. You know, Kunigami isn't really I'm not gonna say he's not our guy no more, but he, you know, he's not the same anymore. And with 𝐡𝐸𝐵, it's like he obviously isn't the same too, right? So I wonder how this is gonna work, right? Old friends working together, right? Not friends anymore. They fell off. So I'm gonna be kind of curious to see how their synergy or at least teamwork works now. Because with them being tied, it's one more goal for the win. And honestly, I can't really see Bastard losing, but I don't really know. They have a lot of powerful team members. 𝐾UNAGAMI, 𝐡𝐸𝐵, 𝐸SAGI, Ness, Grim, right? So I don't really know. Kind of sucks that 𝐾UNAGAMI isn't really our guy anymore. He's not like a villain, but you know, he's not our guy anymore, guys. I'll see you guys in the vessel. If anyone scores, the match ends. 𝐸SAGI and 𝐾UNAGAMI have nowhere to escape and can only prove their worth with a goal. Chapter 166. The game is best of 3. So the next goal will decide it. 𝐾UNAGAMI or me. Whoever scores and shows their numbers will survive this battle for a regular spot. Wait, 𝐾UNAGAMI, what did Noah mean when he called you a copy man just now? Huh? What does that matter to you? I want to know so I can beat you. What happened at the wild card? The wild card was an experiment to create a vessel. Someone with the same physique as Noah. Vessel. A physique that would be the same as the best in the world on paper. A survival game where there only one person remained. One person that would manage to get physical ability similar to Noah. What the hell? How did that work? Wow. Guys. I remember there was a panel of 𝐾UNAGAMI like in like a hospital bed or something. I don't know if we got to that panel yet. And he was experimented on? That is wow. And he tried to they tried to make like he's a failed experiment. Or I wouldn't say failed, but he's like ooh, that is so interesting. How do you even create that? Like, how do you even make that from a story perspective? Like, I like how the author did that. That is so cool. I was wondering why 𝐾UNAGAMI was so... He even did the same chest tap that I think Noah did, right? Damn. You can even see like the muscles in his biceps, bro. It makes me want to hit the gym. But I like that. Ooh. It doesn't matter. And at any rate, 𝐸SAGI, it's not like anyone is going to pass to you on this team. Rather than asking about me, you should be worried about your damn self, Norva hero. So 𝐾UNAGAMI being able to kick with both legs is due to the wildcard training him to be like Noah. But you're not at Noah's level yet. Worry about your damn self, degraded copy hero. You guys get along well. Last goal, I'll definitely get it. I'll be the one who survives. Try and get it, 𝐸SAGI. Those steps are nuts. Shit. But, Baryakyun, Oita, no, 1 and 2. The brighter the light is, the darker the shadow gets. Being flexible in order to adapt to another's rhythm is this team's dynamo. We'll be here all day if we just play shadow tag. Unsightly bees are fated to fall. You're not escaping. Catch me if you can. It's over, B-boy. That same rhythm won't work again. Got me right when I was finishing pressing. This guy's reactions are crazy. It pisses me off how efficiently this works. Let's go all in. Here it comes. A perfect killer pass to 𝐞𝐳 that I'll never, I already know, get a pass of myself. So all I have to do is hijack a pass to 𝐞𝐳. Yoichi. Got it. Now that I have it here, I have to shoot. Too far. There's around 29 meters. Should I dribble? Feint? I need a higher probability. Shit. They're quick to react. If I'm just gonna lose the ball anyway, I should shoot. Fuck, I couldn't do it. I managed to get the ball, but I had no ideas from there. To begin with, the pass was perfected for a purpose of letting 𝐞𝐳 score, even if I get the ball alone without his weapon. Within this team, the way it's going, I'll never be able to score a goal. Shit, what should I do? Hey, let's try that again. Thought so, no one's gonna pass to me. I need to think of a new way to score a goal. No, but if anyone else scores a goal, the match will end. I have no time. This game could end at any moment. I need to prove what I can do. The worthiness of my existence right now.
This song already was turned, but here's a bell.
I'm trying to hit this. I guess I can take one too.
In other words, attempting an objective at a suitable level of difficulty, challenge-centered, focused, flow. Yes, I have to find the path and what I need to do right now. The objective I have to challenge is the way to show his worth that he discovered in a battlefield where he can't fight back. 𝐸SAGI Yoichi makes your discovery explode. Was he flowing? I've said that! Wait, was he flow? Wait, that was... Did you see his brain? What? Is he in the flow? I remember I said that in the U20 video. Is he flowing? Is my boy? Yo! The perfect scenario where he can't win. That's where it stopped. Cause this is different. Cause guys, this has to be different from. This has to be different from like the U20 scenario or any other scenario that he's been in. This has to be different. This has to be. This would be the 10th chapter. Dude, I know I haven't been talking that much, guys. Because I know in my last video I was talking a lot. He was in the flow. Did you guys see that? Like his eyes, they were puzzle pieces. Let's continue, guys. Alright, let's go. Shit, the ball's being picked up from the front goal. He's retrying it from his left side. We can't let him center. It's coming. The death match for the last goal. Chapter 167, Crossflow. 𝐸𝐸, whose fate on the line, attempts to enter the flow. Find the best solution in the field of trials and burst open the door that proves your existence. I'll take this pass. Go ahead and try, you rotten orange. A nuisance. A minus. He's avoiding Kunigami. It's not 𝐞𝐳. He's going through Ness. Right on the spot. What? Yoichi? Again with this. Stealing from your own team, that's so like you. But I'm not letting you beat me. I mean, it's impossible with that range, right? Not with your shooting power, 𝐸𝐸. Shut up. I understand. I know my limits. I can't see my own goal. What can I do now? A fake shot? But that way is even more out of his range. This is my only option. I have to do it. So that I can devour 𝐞𝐳. For the sake of preserving that value called goal. Even if it means abandoning my own goal. Oh my, he's aiming to assist 𝐞𝐳. He came here to add value through an assist. What a good boy, Yoichi. Bow to me. You know Isagi's not doing that. You know he's not doing that. Look at the next panel! He's not doing that. Isagi! Isagi! Go fuck yourself, 𝐞𝐳. Who said I'll pass it to you? My objective to challenge is you, Kunigami. Now prove it, hero. Let's destroy 𝐞𝐳 and this team. Awaken your flow. The two of us can fit in, swing through the last piece of the puzzle. Your hero's lefty. It's just like old times. Let's go! Please! Oh my god! It's just like last time. He said, Kunigami was like, oh, damn it! Oh, no way! Oh my gosh. The best solution is a coordinated shot with Kunigami blast through the hellhole. That's a striker's egoism. Bastard MUCHEN, 3-2, win and lose. Let's go, hero. This team is ours. To be continued in the next chapter, the full picture. Isagi did it! Let's go! Bro, Isagi and Kunigami. I'm so glad it was both of them. Oh my god, I didn't predict that. I'm so glad it was both of them. Oh my gosh, I'm so glad it was both of them. I wanted Kunigami to pull up. There was no way, guys. There was no way they were going to introduce him and then he wasn't going to do anything. That's why I wasn't cheering for him a little bit. I swear. He said, I know you've been training or you've been kind of like bent up to be Noah's vessel. Here's the ball. Let's show them that we're still blue lock. Show me that hero you still got in you. Yo, we beat our boy though. BARCHA, look, man. Y'all did a good job. But we won. Even Noah was surprised! That was a fire match! That was a fire match. That was a good match. I like that. I like that, man. Isagi, did you see his eyes, though? And then Kunigami with, like, his... He did that. That was similar to what the earlier... Didn't he do that in the first selection? Or he did that in the first or second? Our boys, even though they're not cool no more. You know? Hey, we're both gonna be regular. The fierce battle has ended with Isagi's flow, which led to the way to Kunigami Rensuke's left. Don't bow down to 𝐞𝐳. Let your egoism spark. Chapter 168, the full picture. And with Kunigami Rensuke's goal, the score is now 3-2. It's Bastard Muchen's victory. Isagi, why did you pass to me? There's no reason for me to owe you such a favor. No reason. I just wanted an outcome that I could grasp numerically. It's not for you, mistaken hero. I only used you for myself. Neither of us could have scored the goal alone. Our interests simply coincided. And so your intuition is that through an assist. So even 𝐸 has fallen this much as a striker. Nice goal. But isn't that someone who got the pass should say? BARCHA. Well, I couldn't chastise you, if that's the goal you settled for. But why did you pass it to Kunigami? 𝐭𝐚𝐤 would have been in a much better position. Well, I don't want to be 𝐭𝐚𝐤's pawn. Also, Kunigami's lefty shot was the only element I knew on this team. Betting on Kunigami's lefty is the best way for me to focus on that moment, which was a challenge for me. I see. But next time, let's meet as egoists aiming for the same goal, Isagi. Yeah, wait for me, BARCHA. I'll catch up soon, on the same stage as you, as a striker. Huh. As a striker, you say? You ignored 𝐭𝐚𝐤 and passed the ball to that orange macho man, even though his chances were lower. Not a shred of rationality to have been seen in a play like that. Could you give it a rest, little Luigi? Shut up. Huh? This guy's acting angry, but he's laughing. We still won Kunigami's goal, didn't we? The numbers don't lie. Is that not the team's philosophy? Oh, you're angry too, Isagi. And this team's also happens to be 𝐭𝐚𝐤's, and it's gonna be mine from now on, suckerfish. You sure love being annoying, you shitty clown. These guys, jeez, break it up. Fighting is a no-no. That's no good, Ness. When you make a mistake, you apologize. Sorry, Isagi, I underestimated you. 𝐭𝐚𝐤, say no to violence. You're not a shitty clown at all. I revise your casting right now. Let's start off with Rensuke Orange. He's the bandit leader who's out to steal my feats. Yuichi, you're bandit A who's under him. Isagi, those dudes are weird. Fine. Then I've got to roll for you, 𝐭𝐚𝐤. How about the Naked King who had everything stolen from? You like that? Oh man, you're making me blush. Good job on the first match, my dear neo-egoist. Well then, Blue Lock, how was the taste of the world's wall? Ego, is he drinking wine? Boy, do I love creep squash. The world of pros is like a game of musical chairs. When you get into a team that's already complete, you have to steal somebody else's position, else you don't have a job to do. And every team has water called philosophy, logic, freedom, rules. You're not limited to only one way of surviving in the water. You may die in the water that's not suited for you, or you may adapt and survive, or you might even dye the water in your own color. For what it's worth, dropping out is also an option. Nobody likes forcing you to be here. Running away could also be your best option to survive. At any rate, now that you understand how to fight in the Neo Egoist League, let's move on to the new rankings. Now that the first match is over. What? What are those numbers? They're yearly salaries. All of the matches in this Neo Egoist League are under the inspection of the football club owners in the whole world. They check all your plays and bid on you after each match. And the highest bid will represent your value. This is our new ranking system, Blue Lock's Auction. The starting bell has rang on the Neo Egoist League. Light your spirits on fire, Egoist. Show us the shockwaves of anger. To be continued in the next chapter, Super Entertainment. And now the Neo Egoist League, next issue, a center color, has shown its full picture to the world. You see that, guys? Did you guys see that at the end? His bidding shot up. It's people around the world betting. That's oh, Ego's getting his bag, right? Wow. This is technically the 5th selection. If you really think about it, guys, this is technically the 5th selection. Let us talk about the whole thing. We're ending the video here. Discussion time. We have read over, that is the 11th chapter. I said last video that I was thinking about doing 12, but I'm going to do 11 for this one. World Class 11? 11? Y'all get it right? Right? That wasn't planned. Anyways, I will flip my screen around to certain points. Not as much as my last video, but definitely a little bit while we talk about this and sort of like my biggest takeaways from this whole sort of reading session that we did within these 10 chapters. FC BARCHA, Bastard Muchen, the class of philosophies that Ego talked about at the end. I told you guys. Did I not say that at the beginning of the video? I also said it like in my last video and in my first Blue Lock U20 video that this was always about it. You know what I'm saying? Shonen first, yeah, of course, that's what the manga is, but at the same time, it's also a psychological, philosophical, and ideological type of battle between these characters, between these teams. We got the freestyle, do whatever you want and follow your heart versus the super logical, mechanical type of philosophies clashing with each other, you know? And in a way, towards the end with 𝐡𝐨𝐲𝐞 Kunigami getting the goal, really, that was very nostalgic to season 1. Didn't, guys, correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't in season 1 𝐡𝐨𝐲𝐞 assisted Kunigami to do a lefty shot and he made it? That was a callback. That had to be, you know what I'm saying? I feel like, guys, that had to be a callback. But something that, like, something I want to talk about first before we talk about the very, very beginning. We also have a color spread for the next one, but I've seen this color spread before, but we'll talk about that, you know, we'll talk about that next video, obviously, whenever we do next video. But it's something that 𝐸𝐞 talked about at the very, very end. Right here. Logic, freedom, rules. You're not limited in only way of surviving in that water. You may die in the water that's not suited for you, or you may adapt and survive. Or maybe even you'll dye it with your own color. You'll maybe evolve or find another way to ascend by following the philosophy of the teams that you picked. You chose the water to swim in, so now it's a matter of applying, you know, whether that water applies with logic, freedom, rules, whatever. It was essentially freedom versus logic, I guess, kind of like 𝐸𝐵𝐸 and 𝐿𝐿 sort of thing. I like how they got subbed in this video. They got subbed in and they got used. They both scored goals and said, hey guys, lock in, you know what I'm saying? We gonna sit back down, but that's crazy how they did it so easily, right? But let's go. Actually, before we go back to the beginning, I want to say one last thing. I truly want to know. Guys, I say this in every single video. I know y'all are gonna be tired of me saying this, but I truly want to understand how 𝐸𝐞 is so ahead of his time, or I would go as far as to say he's very smart. He's smart. He's very smart and very, very philosophical. You guys understand what I'm saying? He's very, very philosophical, but we'll talk about that way later when we get into the manga, because I know people have said that 𝐸𝐞's character gets shined on more later in the manga. But starting off from the beginning, let's go from the beginning, we'll go to the middle, we'll go to the end, we'll talk about our favorite moments, and then formulate theories afterwards, like how we do always within these discussions of the video. I'll flip my screen on a couple times as we talk. Some of the big things that I want to go into after we talk about some small things here. Every moment, chapter 158, this is when we started the video. It's like earlier in the day. It's like nighttime right now, kind of. Well, it's like 5 p.m. I've been recording for almost 2 hours. But starting off, it's the training arc. Again, we're essentially getting trained under Bastard MUCHEN. Trying to understand more about the players, getting to see the stats, right? Because we got to see the stats of each player. That's something I knew that the stats were gonna play a role for each character in the Neo Egos League arc, because I remember seeing like stat cards of characters. Keep in mind, guys, this is before I started the manga for the channel, and I thought this was gonna be a later thing, but we actually get the stats of the characters now, and Kunigami's overall stats right now, as we're seeing, I'll flip it around too, why not? We'll take a look at this. I'm pretty sure this says Kunigami. See that M and I right here? A, S, S, B, still not bad. B and C, his passing isn't really that high, while 𝐡𝐨𝐲𝐻's it's more lower on everything, way more on everything, with an average of 76, while as of Kunigami it's 89. The biggest thing I also really wanted to talk about from the beginning of the video that I sort of talked about after the chapter ended here, I'm gonna flip it back around. I should have kept it around. This whole talk here, this whole talk was very, very interesting to me, and I'll explain, because I know y'all want to hear why. I got you guys. So basically, 𝐡𝐨𝐲 is average. He always was average, never was anything special, you know, but he always had something to him that allowed him to be special, or at least kind of like hang with these people. That's always how I saw 𝐡𝐨𝐲, and I feel like for a main character in a battle shonen or shonen to kind of be that sort of character, I find pretty cool. It's not crazy overpowered, not weak, just average. But I've said it before, when you want to be the best in the world, you can't be average. You gotta go beyond that. You know what I'm saying? This whole talk was interesting because it was 𝐿𝐿 applying his philosophy to sort of Isagi's egotistical philosophy, sort of seeing them clash in a way. But 𝐡𝐨𝐲𝐞, what is your weapon? Direct shots. I've said this before and I was right. I said that weapons and egos, or weapons and flows, were like two separate things. And I feel like Isagi's weapon was always the direct shot. This is something that he always did. And what is necessary for you to use that weapon? To get past my opponents that are unmarked while near the goal. And what is the necessary play to do that? To have a wide open field view. This is something that Isagi, I feel like, personally always had, though. He always had like this sort of foreseeing view, like he's able to see the field from a different lens that no other character could see it through. The only characters I've seen have that sort of sight was, I think, Nico, who did this. I think so, but I don't think that's the same thing. Sai, maybe Rin, but I'd say more Sai, and I think Kaiser. Those are the only characters that I've seen even have like that sort of mental, field mental intelligence that Isagi always had, to have a wide field view, to have the stamina to focus on searching for a hole in the opponent's defenses during the 90 minutes of the match, to find that opening, that sequence of trances that leads to the goal that Isagi can commit to. And what are abilities are necessary? Are you unable to verbalize your own ideal self? Could you see yourself beating me? You know, which is a crazy thing to ask, assuming all of that. And he says, I don't know. And I think that sentence is what really disappointed him. It did. You can look at his face, right? You can see it. It really, really disappointed him. Review your entire way of thinking, excuse me. Your own values have already just failed you just now. Not knowing means that there is wishful thinking in your thought process, which is merely noise. No doubts. And you are the type of person I would not choose to be a regular. Not knowing something about your plans and visualizing the ideal situation that you can explain and verbalize completely, and that lack of logic can destroy any plan. I do not choose people like that to be regulars. Is your first action something that brings you closer to the best in the world when you wake up in the morning? Every moment, second, and minute of your day of yours. Are you really doing anything to be closer to being the best? That's how he always thought. Which is interesting. I think we can talk more about that at, later in the future when we get more of Noel Noah's character. I'll flip it back around here, one of my favorite panels. This is Noel Noah's philosophy. Bring me an ideal that can win against me. Maybe that's going to be the whole point of Isagi's evolution as a character. I personally think, guys, that the ideal that he wants from Isagi is an ideal that doesn't really destroy his philosophical viewpoint. Like, it doesn't tear it down or destroy it. But he essentially, what I'm reading from here, this is Noah Noel's philosophy. Blue Lock is a place to create the best in the world, is it not? Bring me an ideal that can win against me. He wants somebody that can beat him, or at least win against him. Does he want a rival? I don't know if that's specifically what Noel Noah wants. But I know that he wants a way of life. He wants a sort of again, an ideal, the best word I can put, best word I can describe it to be. He wants a sort of way of thinking that can devour or crush his, That's the type of player that I want to play with or beat or work with, right? Same thing as play with. And I think that's essentially what I feel like is going to lead to Isagi entering that realm of good players. Like, again, Isagi's already been filled with these, filled within these realms of good players, yes. One of my favorite panels here, the introduction to FC BARCHA, Really, really clean panel, by the way, sick. And I like how Bachiro is a starting member. But anyways, it's sort of, I feel like going to be a key integral thing for Isagi's character is trying to bring that ideal to life. Trying to bring that ideal that can crush the best in the world, that being Noah. But we can obviously talk about that way later if that ever comes into fruition, or if that ever becomes like a prevalent thing within the manga. But I personally feel like that's what's going to be the final piece, funny enough, to sort of evolve Isagi as a character, or sort of, again, push him to that realm of really, really talented prodigies, right, and players. I like how even on the bench, he was sort of locking in. He was sort of still trying to study these players, and looking at the BARCHA team was always really, really interesting from just like the way that they played. Getting teased for Nessa's character, Kunigami's sort of character, his playstyle, but also BARCHA's playstyle. We got to see how fast Bachida improved. Being able to believe, or when he said to raise the BPM, being able to believe in that freedom of play that the 𝐬𝐤𝐞 so pushes to his team, you know. I really I've spoken about this to you guys before, definitely in my last video when I was talking about it. But I personally feel like, guys, that the psychological / ideological warfare that happens within these matches is definitely what I feel like I personally live for. Like, I live for in the sense of these characters can get stronger, these characters can get better, they can get worse, but above all else, it's the results of how that happens in the first place. I'm not saying, like, guys, I'm not saying anything, and I want you to hear me on this. I'm not saying anything extraordinary. I'm not saying anything crazy, anything new. All I'm really saying to you guys is that the progression of these characters, right? I'm gonna skip a little bit. I'm gonna flip the screen around here as I talk about the main thing I was trying to tell you guys. Simple stuff. Getting to know, if I'm moving my mouse around, getting to know 𝐬𝐤𝐞 saying, I'm not going to teach anybody. I don't believe in all that type of stuff. I am the best. And even with Bachida saying, isn't Noah the best? I don't care that I'm the best. The best is me, and that's what's inside of my head. Visualize the imagination within you, right? Sort of an absolute type of freedom type of play style. Like, imagine that is just so cool to me. Like, I've said it, I literally said it a couple seconds ago, but it's imagining the freedom of the self within yourself that causes you to play the way that you play. That's so abstract. You know what I mean? That's so cool. Swaying of the upper body is like he's lethargic. While touching the ball and absorbing them, your own original style starts here. I use the image of a butterfly. Love the art here too. So I told myself I wouldn't comment on it, but someone commented in my last video about it, and obviously when I get my bookshelf, I'm definitely going to try to get more of the volumes. But Nomura, Yusuke Nomura and Kaneshiro for the story and everything. So much talent, man. This heavily inspires me to want to draw, from the paneling to the art style to the expressions of the characters, the huge dynamicness of the characters' positions, like the way that they're drawn in certain ways. I just really it's so cool. But let me try to remember what my point was if I didn't go too far off track. It's seeing our characters that we've met since day one progress the way that they do because of the positions that they're being put into. Does that make any sense? It's like for Bachida, my bad, and even with Isagi to Rin to Kunigami, because we haven't seen him in a while, to even the newly introduced Kaiser, Bastard MUCHEN, all of BARCHA, seeing these characters, Oyata, you know, my guy, seeing them sort of progress the way that they do. How did they get to that point? How were they so good? Why did they get to that point? Because of the paths that they chose. Is you and no one else alone. I'm reading the panel a little bit here, and the newfangled training here is to support that. That's what my movements look like as Bachida's looking at his hologram play right here, 3D motion capture with special bodysuits. He's looking at his plays. He's training his body, training his imagination for that. He calls it the monster, and it's interesting because, again, in the what was it, third selection, Bachida had to tame that monster or get rid of it. But with 𝐬𝐤𝐞, he's like, why did you do that? That's easy enough said. Just evolve it. You know what I'm saying? Kind of reminds me of Pokemon a bit, right? The thing to guide your originality, to lead you to reach the world's the best in the world, right? The world's best. I'm going to skip to the biggest parts of the videos, that being the goals and stuff. Seeing Bachida's sort of very, very intensive type of freestyle like play, the Bachida's, or the BARCHA, the FC BARCHA's play style that I said in the way early in the video, it was them touching the ball. That's it. Touch. Here you go. Catch. Boom. There's the goal. It's like, it's not really like a I'm gonna maneuver through here, and then I'm a long pass all the way over there, but then I'm a like direct shot into there while having that hard defense. It's like, no, they just got the touches, they got the passing down, they got the freestyle type of play. And these, you know, this part right here, a freestyle chemical reaction B shot straight into the goal, you know, it's you see that. I forgot the celebration, but Machida hit that. He hit that though. You know what I mean? It's like what 𝐸𝐸 said here. He's playing childish, like it's almost unpredictable to sort of predict him. And that's something, again, it's something I didn't really expect, but I'm glad that they were able to push Machida even farther, right? I'm not saying I kind of had a feeling, guys, that in the beginning of the series they were going to pull a Kunigami but for Barchida. I thought Machida wasn't really going to get pushed that far into the series, but to see him be this far, it makes me happy. It really, really does. Then we pivot to the main sort of like duo of this match, that being 𝐚𝐬𝐲 and Ness. Ness, obviously, we know his character. I didn't comment. I did comment on it in the middle of the video. But I'm gonna flip it back around again. His aura here. Look at this. What is this? What are these circles? What are this aura that he's got going on? I like it though. I also like how he always has like this awkward smile on his face. He looks really creepy. His hairstyle's all messy too, but he's known as the Magician. He reminds me of Hiyori. Remember from the U20? A perfect supporting character for 𝐚𝐬𝐲. You know? I'm gonna skim over majority of the big moments and really talk about. I'm not gonna really talk about too much about Noel Noah and Levinho being subbed in because we already know how crazy that is. But in this discussion, I really wanted to talk about our main players: Kunigami, 𝐸𝐸 being subbed in, Ness and 𝐚𝐬𝐲, along with Machida, of course. But we already talked about Machida. Ness and 𝐚𝐬𝐲 really remind me of Hiyori and 𝐸𝐸 being like that type of support character. But what freaked me out is 𝐚𝐬𝐲's 𝐚𝐬𝐲 impact. Being able to shoot that fast, but it also counting as a direct shot. That's technically a direct shot, which means that not only did he run like 𝐸𝐸, find an opening like 𝐸𝐸, catch the ball like 𝐸𝐸, but kick the ball direct shot like 𝐸𝐸. He's just 𝐸𝐸, but better, you know, and that's the crazy part. He's everything that 𝐸𝐸 wishes that he was. And that's something I really, really didn't expect. I'm going to flip it back around here. Look at this. This is one of my favorite panels in the video. It's this one going into his celebration. Kicks the ball in. Boom. It cuts his face. That's how fast it is. And then he's just like, executed. That was hard, though. Noel Noah is saying that that's the one thing that he has me beaten. Direct shot speed. Even when Noel Noah was subbed in and shot his goal with his ambidextrous shot, that was like almost, I'm not gonna say impossible to shoot, but from that angle it was hard. 𝐚𝐬𝐲's 𝐚𝐬𝐲 impact was faster. It was faster. That's insane. That's so cool. Wow. I'll go over it briefly. Again, guys, I know I said I wouldn't talk about it too much, but sort of seeing like Noel Noah and Levinho being subbed in and everyone's freaking out. They're having a little bit of their beef. But then he's like, Kunigami, you failed. You know, you had two abilities. You had two chances to pass to 𝐚𝐬𝐲. So what's your excuse? You failed at both of them. Can you refute that? He's like, no, I can't. Well, then you're being subbed out because you logically failed. You don't fit within this mechanism of trances that I'm trying to create through my style of football. So you're being subbed out. Get out of here. That's what he said. Get out. I don't want you here. And instead, get ready, 𝐸𝐸. Get up. And when I saw that, I was like, my boy! But even still, I was like, what could he do, though? Because the whole build-up to Noel Noah subbing in 𝐸𝐸 was narrating, studying really hard to kind of like push himself mentally. But also, 3, the main point of his talking, his whole inner monologue, is that he can't do anything. Like, he really can't do anything. And then he gets subbed in. He's like, I'm just doing it for fan service. The world wants you, so come on in. You know what I mean? And then, guys, my favorite panel in this video. I think 𝐚𝐬𝐲's celebration might be number 2, with Machida, Levinho, and even Noel's goal being next. Kunigami's too. He's like, you don't get this. Ugh. it's me, you know what I'm saying? So this is one of my favorite panels here. It's kind of cool. Oh, no, in this one too, guys. Look at this. Oh, look at him standing here. Look. And even down here, guys, there's like some color versions here. I might have used them in the video. Shouts out to your Twitter. You know, shouts out to whoever did this R2 at right here. But this, look at this, man. It's kind of cool seeing the first match be BARCHA versus 𝐡𝐨𝐲𝐞. I didn't expect that. You know, I really didn't expect the them to go off first. You know. Another one of my favorite panels was the beginning of chapter, what are we on now? Chapter 164, Butterfly. You know, seeing 𝐡𝐨𝐲𝐞 play with his hero, him running with him, you know, it was nice. It was nice. And we will sort of talk about this part right here. Sure. You know what? Sure, we'll talk about it. Again, the two Goliaths fighting, two of them fighting. And we can skip all of this, right? Going down to his goal here. That was really cool. That was really cool. Seeing his celebration goal here. And we can even skip to the big moment. The other big moment. Noel kicking the goal. Bam, straight in. And he's just like, ugh. Like, I don't know. Both of those panels was so cool. And they both did that within their 3 minutes. I had a feeling, guys, that at the end of the match, there's no way 𝐡𝐨𝐲𝐞 would have scored the goal. There was like, no. Especially with how big the U20 goal was. No way. No way he's going to get another chance. And he did it. But he did. But he didn't, though. And I feel like this match was necessary for 𝐡𝐨𝐲𝐞 and Kunigami's growth. To find out that Kunigami was experimented on. You know what I'm saying? He was experimented on to be the perfect vessel. What is this, Jujutsu Kaisen? What is he? What is he, Itadori? What is he, Sukuna's vessel? Anyways, no, but like, he was modeled to be the perfect life form. Well, I thought of like Cell, you know what I'm saying? Or Miriam for Hunter x Hunter. No, but he was modeled to be like the perfect life form, the perfect player for Noel Noah. And within the wild card, not only was his philosophy destroyed on wanting to be a hero, but also he was like in this life or death free-for-all that really destroyed him, you know? It was very thematic and poetic to see 𝐡𝐨𝐲𝐞 rely on Kunigami again, because that was through rationality, right? Through Noel Noah's philosophy, he found a chance, albeit not high, because a guaranteed one would have been 𝐭𝐚𝐤. I was like, I gotta admit, that part shook me. I thought he was gonna pass the 𝐭𝐚𝐤. I was like, and 𝐡𝐨𝐲𝐞 entered the flow. I was like, there's no way he's gonna pass the 𝐭𝐚𝐤 though. He's like, nah, fuck you, man. I'm gonna pass to my boy here. Hey, shoot with that lefty. I know you still got it. And he's just like, God damn it. And then he shoots it. A lot of parallels to the beginning of the manga. You know, the beginning of the manga of Blue Lock. But also the introductions. So the old resurfaces, but the introductions to the key that can push 𝐡𝐨𝐲𝐞 and Kunigami forward even more. Again, these are the only two characters within Blue Lock on the Bastard MUCHEN that, let me finish, that I feel like can reach that realm, you know, that can sort of like reach that realm that they're trying to aim for, you know? And I'm gonna find the panel here where sort of, again, you know, we were talking about it earlier. The wild card was an experiment to create a vessel, someone with the same physique as Noel Noah. In the previous video, or the previous chapter, when they subbed out Noel Noah, they were showing stats of his body. It was like being split in half, but it was like a diagram, right? Him having like the ultimate physical body, a physique that would be on the same as the best on paper, a survival game in which one person remained, and that had to have been him. So maybe Kunigami, again, he was getting devoured, destroyed, beaten up to the brink of I don't really know, and that's how he was able to evolve in a way to like where he is now. I think it really scared me when Kunigami got reintroduced back and he was in that top 11, like scoring wise, you know, from my previous video. I was like, God damn, like when we first, you know, when we remember Kunigami, he was a good player, but like he didn't really do anything crazy, and when it finally mattered, he lost, or you know, his ego got destroyed, and so he had to leave. And it was sad though. Like that was during the what? Guys, correct me if I'm wrong, but that was third selection, right? No. It was end of second. End of second. He got cut off. You know what I'm saying? And I remember in the anime last episode, Ego said, "Follow me down this hallway, and I'll show you a path that I feel like you can do good in." And that was his only option. And then when we see him again, you know, he's not really himself anymore. So just like Sai and Rin, definitely excited to see more about Kunigami. I'm really excited to see, really excited to see more about his character. I feel like within this match too, we also got a huge callback to how Isagi always was in the beginning, where he passed the ball. Nothing wrong with passing. Isagi didn't want to, but he did anyways. He passed to Kunigami, again, very reminiscent to the first selection. I'm gonna find the panel here, because it was essentially a fake out, right? Let me see if I can find it. It was this part that I really liked. Now this is gonna happen in about a chapter or two, but when Ness passes the ball, Isagi's like, I just gotta do something. I don't know what I'm gonna do, but I gotta do something. He stops the ball, and as he has the ball, he only has a 2% chance. You know how low that is? Should he fake? Should he dribble? He's overthinking. He's in his head too much. Next thing you know, he's like, I should just shoot. Messes up. And from this range, he can't score without a Kaiser impact. He can't do anything. And what is this? You see his eyes? Yo, like, what is this? This part right here, he enters the flow. I think this is what Ego talked about. And then look at this panel here. Look at his brain. You see his brain? Like, what is he going? Super Saiyan? Like, what? Looks like he's going Ultra Instinct because it's like the panel's white. But the biggest moment in this video, towards the end, that I'll finally, for the last time, flip my screen around for. Isagi, he's flowing, right? He's flowing. I can't see my goal. Kaiser's going forward. Even Ness is just like, oh shoot, you finally learned. You're gonna pass to him. And he's like, nah, I'm gonna pass to, he let his egoism show a little bit. He curved the ball to Kunigami. And he's like, now prove it to me. You have no choice but to, look how it's positioned. Right for the left leg. This is our chance. Remember, guys, look at this. Look at this. You guys see the puzzle piece here? And here, and here in the corner. Look at that. Oh, your hero's lefty shot. Look at his eye. Look at that. Straight into the goal. And look, it even Noah here, he's like shook into the goal. Both of their eyes were locked in. They were in the flow there. So I want to end this discussion off, guys, with like sort of a mini talk about some theories that I have. I think, actually, no. Aside from theories, some thoughts, mainly thoughts that I wanted to express. Let me move my OBS around over here. So, the big thing that I want to express and talk about is what type of ideal form will Isagi take as time moves forward. Same with Kunigami, or same with all the other characters on Bastard Muchen. How will Kaiser respond? I mean, we saw his reaction, but you know, he apologized for some reason, which is interesting. But he still, in a way, insulted Isagi, saying like, "Nah, you're worse than Kunigami. Yeah, you're worse. If Kunigami is Bandit A, or Bandit B, then you're Bandit A. You're trash." And I was just like, or I think he said he was better. I don't really know, but he still insulted him. So I wonder how Kaiser, I wonder how Ness and Kaiser are going to sort of like adapt to the trance that Kunigami and Isagi can create from one another. Because I feel like with Isagi and Kunigami being back together now, their chemistry was crazy in the first selection. Like, I'm trying to remember and go back, guys, but their chemistry was valid though. So I'm trying to think, how could they apply that going into Bastard Muchen for under the guidance of Noah's ideology or philosophy. And with the introduction to these auctions, these bounties, it's like we saw Isagi get his shot up. Even though he didn't get the goal though, Isagi still found a way, guys. I've said this, right? I said it earlier. He found a way to progress without getting that goal. And that's what I enjoy about Blue Lock. Same thing with Kunigami. He found a way to progress with that, but he got the goal though. So I like that though. Even when Ness confronted Isagi at the end and said that you had a higher chance passing to, to 𝐚𝐬𝐲, why did you pass to 𝐾𝐚𝐤𝐞 as a lower chance? He was like, shut up. Okay, I didn't want to pass to him. I didn't want to submit to him. But also too, I have more chemistry with 𝐾𝐚𝐤𝐞. This is what he was explaining to BARCHA. So I'm gonna pass to him. I know that he would have shot with that left, and he did. So 𝐾𝐚𝐤𝐞 wasn't happy about it, but we got the gold. We won. So is there a problem? You know what I'm saying? Is there really a problem? So with the first match of the Neo Egos League concluding, guys, you know what I'm saying? Who's gonna be the next team? It might not even be I don't think BARCHA MUCHEN will be the next match. I think with Spain's first loss, watch like Rin and Shido versus Bato's team or something. I don't know. That would be crazy for the next match, or maybe they'll progress and do it again. I'm not sure yet, but we'll see though. We'll see what the next matches have in store. It's 3-2. Spain's first loss, you know. BARCHA, I'd say in that moment surpassed 𝐡𝐸𝐵 definitely. In just a short amount of time, guys. Our close homie BARCHA, you know what I'm saying, and we're 𝐡𝐸𝐵 here. BARCHA surpassed us, right? He did. He did. He found his image. But in that last moment again, I don't know what 𝐡𝐸𝐵, I don't know what that brain panel was, or like the puzzle pieces eye, but I don't know what that was. But that was like maybe a hint towards what 𝐡𝐸𝐵 could really do. Under such a short amount of time, he made the conclusion to pass to 𝐾𝐚𝐤𝐞, which made them win. So 𝐡𝐸𝐵, he's still barely hanging in there, just like how he always is. He's always barely hanging in there, you know. But I'm excited to see how he's going to progress even further. Like it's the main thing that I'm curious about. I still want a 𝐾𝐚𝐤𝐞 backstory a little bit. I want to see more about Ego and Noel Noah's philosophies, along with the other team's philosophies, like how it coincide, how they both, not coincide, but how both of them clash with one another, right? The best and the best versus the best and the best versus the best of the best versus the best of the best. All these best of the best players, best of the best, all of their ideals clashing to see whose ideal is actually truly, you know, on the top. If you guys are new, leave a like. I appreciate you guys for all the support on these types of videos. Hopefully I can get this video out soon. This video was very fun to make. It's always cool to read your guys' comments. I still have to reply to a little bit more comments from my previous one. So I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Before I end the video, I'll say this: join the members, post notifications turned on, leave comments too. Dislike if you didn't like the video, leave hate comments. I don't really care. Let me know what I could do to improve as a creator. One thing I want to end this video on, guys, is like I'm just a guy, right? I'm just a normal guy who sits in his room, draws, goes to the gym, you know, makes these manga videos, right? And I'm not used to like all this support. I'm really not used to people watching my videos. So even after all this time that I've done YouTube, right? I appreciate you guys. I'll talk about it soon. I think I'll make a New Year's video, you know, or a New Year Christmas video and talk about it. Appreciate you guys. That's it. We won. We got to prove our existence a little bit to BARCHA MUCHEN. Sorry, BARCHA, that we had to get the dub. I'll see you guys when we have the flow next time in the Neo Egos League all time. And I'm out.
世界一になるため欧州5大リーグからチームを選ぶ。
このままじゃ今までの俺と同じだ。人生変えに来てんだよ。世界一になりに来てんだよ。
ネオエゴイストリーグ開幕。 FC バルチャ、マンシャインシティ、ユーバ、パリ �XJ、バスタードミューヘン。
俺はストライカーだ。嫌だ。俺は俺のゴールで勝ちたい。